it's cooled down a bit in here now because the sun's off here, but all of these trays are actually dry at the moment, aren't they? And the beauty about having them without draining holes in is you can make sure that there's always water in there. Now, if it's in the middle of the winter, you don't want the roots to get too manky, but when it's so warm as it is at the moment, it's really good to have plenty of water for them to drink.
Right, the next thing.
So what is this thing?
So it's a 5-litre pump. Got it on Amazon. The link is in the description. And this is for actually giving all the leaves and the top of the plants here just a bit of a wash.
And some of the experts here talk about that it's all very well watering the roots, but actually plants like a bit of rain. They like their leaves to be a little bit damp and refreshed up as well. So it's probably not a bad thing to do. So what have you got here? What plants have we got here at the moment?
We got peppers. We got different sorts of peppers. We got courgettes, yellow and green. We got cucumber. We've got yellow tomatoes. We've got strawberries.
Several strawberries there, and they're growing really well, aren't they?
Yeah, they do.
There's actually flowers. Can you see there's a flower?
Yeah.
Now that is the start of the strawberry. Once that flower disappears, so these are already getting to the stage of flowering.
So these are the things I need to put down here once I've got the gravel down in the pots. We've got a butternut squash, we've got an aubergine. Standard stuff here. The basis of a herb garden. And then I've got these two interesting things here. One is a citrus and one is meant to be an orange. I think this is the orange one and this is the lemon one. And here, blueberries, which since they've been here, which is only about 5 days, Sean, gone absolutely mad. And you can see them starting to almost fruit now. So what I'm hoping is I'm going to put that down the bottom in a big pot, and we're going to be picking blueberries every morning. Because
there we can see some of the blossom on the top of the blueberry there. That's probably going to end up as fruit really early in the seasons. So talk to me about the seed trays, because you've also ended up buying a few seed trays here, haven't you? Yeah.
So what you know, and I've discovered by thinking about it, there's several different parts of a seed tray which are really important. First of all, you've got the base, which is going to hold the water. Second, we've got the trays themselves, which will take a mixture of compost and soil. And well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 40 options, and I got 2 or 3 of these. Again, the link will be in the description. You want these that can be washed and reused. Some you can throw away. I don't think that's a very good economical way of doing it. Then we've got the top section. Has 2 parts to it. The first part is to actually keep the moisture in, so it's very humid inside here, which means these seed trays won't lose water, which you don't want. And secondly, they've got a little control mechanism here, so you can sort of dial in what level of humidity you want. And that basically is going to grow with 2 or 3 seeds in each pot. That's going to grow about, well, you'll thin them out, and we'll get 40 of whatever you want there for either planting inside the greenhouse or outside when we got the beds running.
So one of the tricky things here is, because they're quite small little boxes, you can buy several different sizes, can't you, of those little squares. At the moment you've got 40 in that, but you can buy them with just 5 or 6 in as well. Have you any thoughts yet about the sort, because I mean, for example, if you're going to plant peas and beans, they generally go a bit mad very quickly, and therefore you probably want those in a slightly bigger pot. If you're doing lettuce and stuff like that, the small shoots, these are almost perfect, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, you're probably slightly ahead of me, Sean. I'm in the experimentation, so if people start to follow us, they'll get to watch some of the mistakes I make, as well as some of the good things.
Oh, I'm no expert, so let's be quite clear, but it's just having done a bit of this for some time.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right, and I'll learn, no doubt, through mistakes. These seed trays came with these 2 little tools. That's for putting a hole in to drop your seeds. That's for actually, because it's quite a delicate little thing there, to put the soil in there. And this one here is for actually cleaning your teeth. No, I actually don't know what this is for. But do you know what? If I read the instructions, which I don't, I'm sure I'd find. I think this is probably for digging out the system separately. What do you reckon? I think it is.
I think it's for whatever you want to use it for.
Yeah, that's definitely for cleaning your teeth. This one's for actually getting the thing out.
And the one on your right-hand side, that cone bit.
Yeah, it's for.
Yeah, but because when you want to put things like beans or peas, when we do that, making a little hole with that and then dropping them in is perfect.
Yeah, that's great. Now, there's another interesting thing here, which is really important.
Uh-oh.
Right? So if you get ahead of yourself, you make a big mistake. So a couple of other things that we bought here. We bought green markers, waterproof.
Yep, perfect.
Link in the description. And we've got these little markers, which go. If you don't use these, it sounds obvious. You'll absolutely never know what you've got.
All the seed trays will look exactly the same.
And all the stuff that grows initially looks the same as well. So you'll never know. I did a little test. Just to prove the marker pen worked. And
you do realise, of course, that you've made the basic mistake. Could we just have a quick laugh at the basic mistake?
No, that's a test. Because I didn't want to use the top bit.
Okay, got it.
Because I wanted to reuse this. I'm thinking ahead, Sean.
That's all right. Got it.
I know what you're going to tell me. Yeah, it disappears.
It disappears. You wouldn't be able to see it.
I'm ahead of you.
No, the only reason I laugh is that this last weekend we planted some seeds, and on one of the sticks I wrote on the wrong end of it. Yeah. And as I pushed it into the seed tray, I went, "Oh, you idiot!"
Does that mean I'm a bit smarter than you?
This time, yes.
So there you go. I mean, I'm sure people. No, but for those who don't know, and I'm new to this, that's what will happen.
So let's have a look at the way the test would go.
So that's that. These actually came with them as well, but you know, some don't. So I think these are very, very good value. I'd definitely buy these again.
And as you say, they're reusable. There are a lot of these pressed cardboard trays and pots that you can buy. The advantage of those, you can put them straight in the soil. The downside is they're quite expensive and they're not reusable.
No, they can fall apart.
Yeah.
So the organisation of this greenhouse is going to be like this, isn't it, Sean? The base is going to be for permanent growing. We're going to have gravel and we're going to have pots. Pots probably about this big, which got these from a local garden centre. More on that another day. So these are the type of pots we're going to have along the bottom. They'll be growing permanent produce, and what we might have to do is take out the odd rung from this shelving, because we may want the height, and then they'll have to be secured from the ceiling. That's the base level. We've got all the produce, which we'll take a picture of in a minute. The second level is this one, which will be used exactly as it's being used at the moment. And you can see the people that put this in never got this level. So I'm going to have to wedge something under here, because these are underwater and these are completely dry. That's the second level. And the third level is up here, which is for the seed trays.
No, it's a really well. There's lots and lots of room here, isn't there? And as you said, the more permanent features in here are probably going to be the stuff that's grown down at the below level, and then you're going to be able to. And it's a good working height, because this height of that level, the main level there, is exactly the right height for you to work, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So we've got some gravel here. That's the 10mm gravel that's going to go on the side. We've got some fine, sharp sand, which is the ideal for laying the slabs on. You've got some farm yard manure here. The tricky bit with all of this is that you ideally want to have a mix of farm yard manure We've got some topsoil here. Doesn't really matter the brands, but you've got to be careful not to just go for the cheapest. And then likewise, you've got some multi-purpose compost here. Compost is really good. You'll notice on the side of the label it says 6 weeks feed, because bluntly it provides good nutrients for a period of time, but it's not for permanent growing. Topsoil is really good, normally used for grass, but you know, so it's expensive if you're using it for any quantity. And then manure, which in my experience is absolutely phenomenal for roses, and you'll probably find there are certain crops that love it as well.
In general, having looked this up, and it does apply to everything, because some plants are hungrier for food than others, but it's like 4-4-2 or even 4-5-1 sort of ratio, because you need to be mixing it up in a wheelbarrow or something, or a big pot, so you don't actually organise it per little item in the seed tray.
So what you got? What you got there, Ben?
These are knee protectors, basically old man's knee protectors, right?
Yeah, you got that one, Tate. That's.
I won't do the other one up. And basically, piece of cake.
I think these sorts of things, though, are for gardeners. I just get sore knees, and you go, it's a really good way of just protecting your knees. They're not expensive,
if you're down
are
here organising your pots,
they? Yeah, exactly.
then you don't have to worry. You wouldn't want to kneel on this. This would be hard.
Now let's look at the other thing. Talk to me about these vents as well.
So when they said you want automatic vents, I said, yeah, but I don't want to lay electricity. They go, no, they're actually wax. So as it gets hot in here, the wax melts and actually opens the window. So today, I mean, it's a bit cooler now because it's 3:30 in the afternoon, and the strength of the sun is starting to go. But at midday, these were fully open. I've got 2. Actually, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to buy 2 more and fit the other ones as well, because I think they're when it's really, really hot, they're actually pretty important. It's such a simple thing to attach as well. There's 2 sets of screws and it's done. So I'll buy some more.
And you'll notice at the moment, inevitably, the sun has gone behind some of the trees, just the location here. So although it's conventionally one of the warmest time of the day, the greenhouse is now in shade. So it's so this will be the time that you would keep the windows closed and just let the heat build up slightly in the greenhouse.